Шановні колеги, ми продовжуємо робочий день. Тема
Dear colleagues, we continue our working day. Now the topic is a famous course on critical thinking, the science of everyday thinking, launched in Ukraine. And our guests are Volodymyr Vargola, General Director of the Charity Foundation of Ukrainian Graduates, and Dmytro Yablonovskyi, and Oksana Makarenko, activist, advisor to the Minister of Education and Science of Ukraine. First, Volodymyr is given the floor. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I would like to start this briefing with the video of Professor Tangen, and this is about the course of critical thinking. Welcome to our course, a famous course of critical thinking, and we propose the methods how to improve your thinking. We will tell you about the basic of our decisions we don't even know about. We will teach you how to think and how to use rational ways of making decisions. And we started this course in 2014, and attention of many people was drawn to this course, and more than 300,000 students gathered, and people from Ukraine decided to translate this course into Ukrainian. Vargola and her colleagues translated the whole course into Ukrainian in order that you be able to study and to hear our communication with the 21 thinkers throughout the world. So we hope that you will like this course, because we really liked working in this course. So welcome and enjoy. Professor Tangen speaks about Foundation of Ukrainian Graduates, the organization that becomes the initiator to translate this course into Ukrainian, and launched this course in Ukraine together with the leading platform of online courses, Prometheus. And I will tell you more about our organization. The Foundation of Graduates of Ukraine, this is an affiliate organization of Find Ukrainian, established by Ukrainian alumni in Switzerland. These are the graduates of Kiev-Mogila Academy mainly, in order to develop education in Ukraine. Maybe we were the first one who established ambitious goal to create tradition and to support Ukrainian education and educational institutions, and to support the launch of all Ukrainian projects. At that, the values of our fund are international values of such organizations, as values such as transparency, efficiency in all operations and processes. And one of the first steps to reach the established goal was the creation and launch of the platform alumnifund.org. And this platform, the functioning of this platform provides the opportunity to all who wanted to join and support education in Ukraine, and support all Ukrainian projects, and also to support small-scale projects and individual institutions, teachers, students, and projects in the framework of such institutions. And due to the contributions of charitable charities, we gathered funds, and this platform was launched this year, and the funds will be used for the activity of the organization and to support teachers and institutions and projects in cities and individual cities and all Ukrainian projects. So this course on critical thinking, why we chose this course. We believe that critical people who can think critically they become the drivers in any state, and co-founders of our fund and the co-founders of Prometheus platform, they studied the course at edX platform, and we believe that this is one of the best courses on critical thinking that exists in the world. And before this course started here, it became popular before it was launched in Ukraine, and 17,000 Ukrainians registered for this course, and this is a great achievement. And we believe that this is only the first step, and we hope that in the nearest future, thousands and thousands of Ukrainians will undergo this course, and we will do everything possible in order that this course, in some form, maybe with some alterations, and also using the comments on this course from our listeners, that this course should be introduced in the curricula of institutions, educational institutions of Ukraine. We have many good comments about this course, and this motivates us and helps to create further steps and to bring international experience in Ukrainian education. We have plans for the next year to continue to create a platform in Ukraine to support educational institutions, to create tradition of supporting these institutions that is widespread in the Western world, but unfortunately absent in Ukraine. And we plan to launch other national and develop network throughout Ukraine. And this course has 13 episodes, and it is for 20 weeks on Prometheus platform. Each episode deals with different areas of our thinking, starting from how we comprehend ourselves and how we view the world and our attitude towards different people. It helps us to take a different view on the decisions we've taken, and to critically assess and analyze the decisions taken by us or by other people. And this course is active for 3 days, and we have more than 20,000 participants of this course who are really active, and we are really glad because of this. And the participants are different people, starting from school children up to the people of elderly age, and they really change their attitude, their views, and they express they are grateful. They express their gratefulness to those who launched this course. And at that, I would like to give the floor to the representative of the Ministry of Education of Ukraine. Good afternoon. I'm Oksana Makarenko, activist advisor to the Minister of Education and Science of Ukraine. And also I'm an expert on communication, and also one of the participants of the project New Ukrainian School. Why critical thinking is so important in the system of education. There is a survey by Stanford and Harvard universities that shows that less and less hard skills are needed in the market of employment, and personal skills, soft skills are the most important, such as critical thinking, creative thinking, working in a team, the ability to work in a team, and they are clearly described. And also employers confirm that in 5 years there will be a 30% change of skills that were required in the market. And the World Economic Forum shows that the most important is be able to decide complex problematic situation, and second is the ability to think critically, so to resolve different difficult issues by using different skills and in order to solve some situations. So you should need to integrate professional skills and to use them, implement them in real situations. Unfortunately, education now, especially secondary education, does not prepare people to use such skills.
It's more about knowledge, but the component which is required in the labor market is missing. That is why during 3 years of discussions, we have developed the concept of a new Ukrainian school. You can look at it at the website of the Ministry of Education and Science. There's a law on education which is in the parliament. It was approved in the first reading, and it has these 10 groups of competence. And the common in that is critical thinking. No one is doubting the necessity of that skill. It's just about how to achieve it in the modern Ukrainian school, how to prepare more than 45,000 teachers, 450,000 teachers, how to develop the courses which will be efficient and understandable for them. Now, according to this legislation, to this standard, in the secondary education, there is this course where the parents together with the teacher can select this course. It's more for the senior secondary school students, but not all the teachers know how to critically think. And secondly, it's about the textbooks, and so we are talking about equal access. So that is important for children who are on occupied territories. Also, this is something, a skill which is very important for us. Distance training is very perspective. It will be also difficult, and that is why the law in education has different forms of education which will be expanded, and if the law is passed before the new year, there will be this form of distance learning for students as well as for children and students. And that is why we do support this course. We support that we were pleased to hear it in Ukrainian, and I would like to address all the teachers, all different funds. We need to create as many as possible such very useful courses which will make our student, our person successful, not just in the Ukrainian labor market, but in the world. Good afternoon, I'm Dmytro Yablonovskyi. I'm the moderator of that course. First, a little bit of history, why I decided to do that. I'm the fan of online courses. I've listened to more than 15 courses at Coursera, more than 5 at edX, and these are different from professional point of view, but also they are more general courses. I've listened to it for the first time about several years ago, but I was pleased to listen to the whole course, and I was happy when I learned that there will be a Ukrainian version of that course, because I believe that this is about how to correctly make decisions. I believe that we all, despite the fact that I've been listening to that for the third time, but I still lack the skill of correct decision-making skills. And even as a consumers, when we have to make a decision, I was interested as a person with marketing background to hear that. And when we make a decision as the citizens, when we make our political choice, and as today has been mentioned, more than 20,000 listeners have applied for the court, and if they listen this course to the very end, no one will go for 100 grivnas to demonstrate, to request the dollar at 5 grivnas, or tariffs which do not cover the cost, or some other things. As it has been mentioned, I work as an expert in the Center of Economic Strategy, and one of our tasks is to promote reforms, especially unpopular reforms, fighting against populism. And I believe that we in Ukraine have to get a critical number of citizens, and these citizens, they can become this force which will demand reforms from the authorities. A year and a half, 2 years ago, we hoped that if we change the leadership, the new leaders will become more responsible and they will turn our life to the better. But without our request for reforms, non-popular reforms, there will be no changes in our country. And in fact, I'm sure that the critical thinking in such a course are able to change our attitude to all the problems in life, how we make decisions as consumers and as citizens. And a couple of words as to the course itself. A big part of the course is not just videos, answers to questions. Part of that course is the possibility to communicate. I see there are several thousand replies in the forum of the course, more than 2,000 replies on why you're listening to this course. People, Ukrainians, want to think more rationally. They want to make decisions which will be better thought of. That's from what I've read. They don't want to become the victims of manipulations by the politicians or friends, and they want to critically look at themselves, and I believe that's a big positive, that we have so many people who are thinking about that. And during next few weeks, they will find answers to these questions: how to think more rationally, how to avoid manipulations, and they will understand themselves better. In fact, we stimulate offline communication. We have a topic, offline communication, and we see that there are we have the audience not just from big cities like Kiev, Kharkiv, Odessa, but there are people from Kherson, Ivano-Frankivsk, Poltava, Shostka, and other towns. And so I call upon everyone not just hear the course, but also to communicate actively, to discuss, to argue, because that is a very important part of the training, and move this communication offline. Meet for coffee or for beer, and discuss the results of what you have learned. Those who have not registered, those who learned about this course from this press briefing, you're welcome. We'll be happy to hear your opinion, and we're sure that your course is able to change your life to the better. Thank you.
Цій ноті маємо завершити вже 4.
Unfortunately, we have to end our press briefing because at 4 we will be having a next event, so maybe final remarks, please. Thank you. Once again, we want to thank all the journalists who gathered here, and we want to invite everyone to join this program and think critically. Till the next time, goodbye.